Despite being on the birth certificate, I don't believe that I'm the father of Melissa's baby. That's why I stand before you today, Your Honor, to dispute her claims that I am the father. So you're currently on the baby's birth certificate, correct? Yes. I don't know if it's relevant, but she had me put on the birth certificate in the hospital without me knowing. Before I consider granting this paternity test to either of you, how many previous paternity tests were taken to date? The first paternity test that Melissa took was during her pregnancy. I can't recall what trimester she was in, but me and my wife have reason to believe that the results of that test were corrupted or, tampered with somehow. What made you both feel that the results of that test were not accurate? Just the circumstances around that test. I wasn't paying attention the way that I should have. Everything was done in her court, if that makes sense, on her side of things. And, there was a tumultuous situation between me, her, and my wife, which would lead us both to believe that she tampered with the evidence as well, which led us to get the second paternity test. Melissa took this one in her pregnancy as well, correct? Yes, it was also done while she was pregnant. And why are you not satisfied with those results? That test, we used my wife's OBGYN for that one, and we did feel kind of confident going into it until, the doctor did the swab himself with no gloves. There was just things with that test as well that made me a little suspicious and made my wife a little suspicious. And the fact that it was done during her pregnancy also made me feel as though maybe it wasn't as accurate as it could be, which led us to the one that was done in the hospital.
I'm sorry, Your Honor. I don't mean to interrupt, and I say this respectfully. I just wanted to be seen and acknowledged that I did bend over backwards for each paternity test, whether he says that the results were clouded or not. I did them while I was pregnant, 2 of them while I was pregnant. My pregnancy was high risk. It was dangerous for me to do that. And I also had PCOS before that and vanishing twin syndrome. I did everything he wanted me to, and he was not happy with any of the paternity test results, and it wasn't my fault that the hospital messed it up. But all the paternity tests, minus the last one, said that it was him who was the father. I really don't see another one being necessary.
This is very true. You've taken plenty of paternity tests for Mr. Riley here. Mr. Riley, did you hear what Melissa said? I am grateful and appreciative that she has accommodated us with all of these paternity tests. And I would have been satisfied with the last one had it not been inconclusive. There was something that happened at the hospital that day, and the results came back inconclusive, so it gave me no final, gut feeling of whether or not I'm truly the dad of this baby. And then we got a letter the day after New Year's that said that the results were positive because of they figured things out miraculously and something happened in transit, and it just is super suspicious to me.
I just have a final statement. I really don't see this as being necessary when, I'm a single mom. I can't really afford to go out and take the time to take another test and worry about results and this. I just want him to be paying child support.
I hear everything that you're saying, Melissa. I'm taking everything that you're saying in consideration. Mr. Riley, today, after all of the paternity tests that you've taken, why should I grant you this court-ordered paternity test today? I think that I should be granted a court-ordered paternity test based on the fact that all the paternity tests before this one have been shrouded in controversy, allegedly tampered with, and nothing proves to me that I am the dad in I don't know what the word is, Your Honor, but I don't feel like those results proved anything. I just really want a solid yes or no, and I want it done under sterile conditions by the courts where I don't have to question anything. Understood. Melissa, you have a handshake agreement in place with Joey, I understand, that establishes payments until you are to potentially get child support from him. Is that correct?
Yes, he's going to pay me around $200 some odd a week until we can figure out if he's going to be paying child support or not. Of course, I have to wait if there's a paternity test required, but that's the agreement we have in place.
You are still currently collecting maternity leave from a previous employer, is that correct?
No, I am not receiving any funds from any government agency or anything like that because I left my job when I was pregnant because I was high risk.
Joey also addressed that you had a previous lawsuit against one of your OBGYNs with a substantial payout during your pregnancy. Is that correct?
Yes, that is correct.
And you currently have a lawsuit against the hospital in which you delivered your baby for them accidentally switching your baby. Is that correct?
And yes, that is correct.
Based off of the outcomes and circumstances surrounding the paternity tests that were taken prior to today, based off of the incomes of both of you and family obligations of Joey, along with Melissa's legal situations before today, I am issuing a court-ordered paternity test for the child of Chris Angel Riley. The test will be administered in the lab chosen by the court system. The paternity test will be a blood and swab test. The cost of this paternity test will fall on Melissa Cartwright. That is my decision today. You have 2 weeks to get this paternity test done. If it is not done, further legal action will be taken. Thank you both for coming in today. Thank you, Your Honor. I appreciate your decision. I like seeing you cry, Miranda.
Because I kissed you. I'm a married woman, and I kissed you.
Doesn't that tell you something about what you really want? If you were happy with your marriage, you wouldn't have done that.
Ryan, I am happy in my marriage. It may be rocky at times, and my husband's a good man.
What makes him a good husband? He cheats on you, he hurts you, because what? He pays the mortgage, he shows up for his kid, he comes home at night, he's nice to you sometimes, he makes you laugh sometimes, okay? I laugh at a lot of people. I feel good around a lot of people. That doesn't mean that they treat me right.
Brian, I can't be this woman. Okay, I just can't. I shouldn't have done it. It was wrong. Now I feel like I'm in the same league as Joey. It was one thing when you kissed me, but now I did it. And now that doesn't separate me at all from what he did to me.
I don't dislike anything about you, Miranda. Everything about you I enjoy, except one thing. And it's that sometimes you care too much what people think of you. You kissed me. I'm not your husband. And you kissed me. Now you get to choose if you care what people think or you don't care. It's what makes you happy. It's what you deserve.
I don't care what anyone has to say about me. I care what I have to say about me. And I can't be with you. I just can't.
Miranda, I'm willing to take one good reason why you can't be with me. And I'll leave you alone forever. I'll avoid you at all costs. Because sometimes I think that you have 2 reasons why you can't be with me. And they're bullshit. One reason is because you have marriage vows. The second reason is because Joey was simply there first. You established a life with him, you have a baby with him, you share a home with him, so it feels too difficult to pull the band-aid off. It feels too hard to give up on everything and start over. I know what it's like to have to start over, and not by choice. You'll survive. But go ahead, give me a reason.
You want one reason, Brian? Okay. Do you love me?
You haven't given me a chance to find out.
Everything that you said about Joey is correct. I have a life with him, I have a baby with him, and I married him. And yes, we have our ups and downs, and yes, he hurts me, and yes, he has cheated on me. But I cannot leave the life I built behind for a man who doesn't even know if he loves me.
I'm gonna drive you home now.